Okay, now, hi everyone. Hi. This is Chinelo Dillimono. It's been such a long time I did a live, on Facebook. And I think I really struggled to even do this one, apart from the fact that I'm really quite busy right now. But so many thoughts are going through my mind. Like our prayer is today, our sister Osinachi. Like some other people said, she didn't really die. Her life was taken from her. But that's not really the reason for my, coming live today or my discourse. I'm amongst those who believe that, a woman shouldn't stay in an abusive home where there's violence, where there's abuse, where there's threat to life. Yes, I totally and absolutely agree that a woman should actually take herself out of harm's way. As a younger girl, I don't think my father sent me to school to be beaten and to be maimed or to be abused or to be treated less than a human being or treated like an inferior mortal, right? But today I was just going through social media and listening to everyone, and I got a little frightened because when God created marriage, He created it for good. He created it to be a blessing. He created it for companionship. He created it for love, for a man and a woman to share love together. And as I began to think about it, part of my fear now is that the enemy is also pouncing on the situation and is also peddling wrong information to some people. I think I read today someone saying that, if you're in a marriage and you're not happy, or you're in a marriage and someone takes your joy, then you should walk out. And I'm thinking that thoughts like that, ideas like that, teachings like that is also going to set us up for another bigger fall. I do not believe that just because you're married and you're being beaten or abused, you should stay there. I do not believe so. I believe that if you need to take yourself out of harm's way, please do so. And we can't take one situation and then throw a blanket over every one situation. The truth is that marriage is beautiful, but marriage can be hard sometimes. But we must know where to draw the lines. We must know where we're unsafe. And then we also need to know when we're being childish or when we're being selfish. Because with that kind of post, as someone who's also very respected and someone who has a large following of people, that could also be misleading, because marriage is not a straight journey. Sometimes we have tough times, and it's all part of life. I know that we live in contemporary times where many people just don't want any hardship around them. There's some hardship, right? Especially as believers, we must know that we have an enemy that's prowling around the whole place, looking for who to devour, looking for whose faith to shipwreck. But at the same time, we also need to know where to draw the balance, because God also wants us to be balanced in everything that we do. So I'd like to beg everyone who's also reading stuff to make sure that you're discerning. Discern what you're listening to, discern what you're reading, be careful what you're reading as well. I would never want what happened to Osinachi to happen to any other woman in Nigeria or even in our world. I mean, it was totally uncalled for. She shouldn't have stayed that long. I know, because we've peddled so much religion, people don't even know the difference between religion and spirituality now. But she went through so much that all of us are very unaware of, and just now that it's happened, so much is coming out, people are talking. But I really want to beg us as God's children. The Bible says that we should be careful what we hear and be careful how we hear. Be careful the things that people are also beginning to peddle. So now some young person who's not discerning, if they have a little challenge in their marriage, they say, okay, I'm going to pack and go. My husband is not making me happy. My wife is not making me happy. And then I'm going to go. There will be tough times in your marriage. There will be tough times in our homes. There will be moments when there's pressure. There will be moments when, it's like, why did I get married to him? Or why did I get married? Away the beauty of marriage. The truth is that in life, I'm even taking a walk as I'm talking, and like once or twice, I've hit my foot against a stone. It's all part of life's journey. It's all part of the journey of living. That sometimes we will have some hard times, but because it's a hard time, does not necessarily make it a time to quit. The time to quit, the time to step aside, if you need to, is when it's abusive. It's when it's life-threatening. It's when you're very sure. I mean, like the other lady who recently was burnt to death by her husband. When you found yourself in that kind of situation, yes. But please, let it not be because your husband refused to give you money tomorrow and then you now say he's taking my joy from me, so I'm going to quit. Or your wife refuses to give you sex and then you get angry and say, oh, in fact, I'm going to quit. Because the enemy is beginning to sell that idea to us as a world, beginning to sell it that, at every little instance, we quit. But the truth is that tough times do happen. Tough times are part of humanity. Tough times are part of our living. Tough times are part of marriage. Tough times are part of relationships. It's all part of us getting to know ourselves better. But if you find that your life is being threatened, if you don't feel safe, if he says it once that I'm going to kill you, then you better get yourself out of that place. You better call on someone, ask for help, speak up, shout out so that people can help you. So this is my piece this afternoon. I really feel very burdened by what happened and burdened also by the aftermath, the things that are beginning to come out from people. We mustn't forget that the enemy is still the same one who asked Eve, did God really say? Yes, God really said he hates divorce, but God also said that he doesn't like murder as well. So it's the same God that's speaking. Divorce is not part of God's agenda for us, but also taking another person's life is also not part of God's agenda. So I don't know if I've made sense to you, but that's my heart this afternoon. That's my heart to you. That's my heart to all you, my friends. Please be discerning. So many people are teaching many things right now. People are sending a lot of information out now, and some people who are not discerning might pick on the wrong one. So it's time to pray. It's time to also be watchful. It's time to be careful. It's time to also be sensitive. I'd like to ask sisters out there, if you look at another sister and her face is not looking too good and she looks unhappy, please try to ask some questions. This business of it's not my business is actually very ungodly. If you find that a sister is unhappy, let's find out what's happening. Something could be happening that we are not aware of. Try to pry, try to poke, try to find out, try to offer a shoulder, try to offer a listening ear. Because sometimes some people want to speak out, but they have no one to speak to. And then they stay in there. And then please, if you're amongst those who shame other people or talk about other people when you don't even have the full story, be careful. Because one of the reasons I think our sister didn't even speak up, like I said, it was religion. It was part of the things that we are told. Or part of the things that we grew up with, believing that, as a married woman, you should stay in until, don't tell a third party. That gospel or doctrine of a third party is a lie from the pit of hell. If you need to call on someone, please do call on someone. Who cares? Everybody has issues. I have my own issues, and I'm sure every woman who's been married has their own issues. So if you talk about it, please talk to somebody. Call somebody. Forget about that doctrine of third party, of not talking to anybody, of bearing it all by yourself. Please, don't bear it all by yourself. Talk to someone. But at the same time, don't jump at every frivolous reason. Don't use every little excuse as a reason to now step out of your home. We're builders with God. Let's build together with Him. Let's build homes for our children. Let's build homes where our children can come home and see daddy and mommy and know that yes, we've been through tough times, but we weathered it together. Let's weather things together. Hi, Helen. Good to see you. Hi, Deaconess Patience. Good to see you. Hi, Nkechi Ogan. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm seeing all of you here. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you. I hope I'm making sense to you guys. You know, because I'm really, really feeling so burdened this afternoon. I'm really feeling, you know, hyper burdened. I'm reading stuff and I'm getting really, really worried. You know, I'm so angry about Osinachi's passing, but at the same time I'm getting scared because now the devil is pouncing on the situation and is beginning to, you know, push forth some ideas that ought not to be. I'd like to repeat myself so that I'm not misquoted by anybody. If you find yourself in an abusive home, if you find yourself in an abusive relationship, if he slaps you one time as a fiancé or fiancé, then that's a red flag you must look out for. You must cut that relationship immediately, because if he does it before marriage, definitely during marriage he will do it. If in marriage you find yourself in that space where your husband has beaten you or is beating you, then please, it's either you step aside or call for help. Don't keep quiet. Don't keep quiet. Talk about it. Shout about it. But I also am putting a little caveat. Please, it's not every little pressure in your home that becomes a reason for you to step aside. It's not every little thing that happens that we now define as abusive. It's not every little situation that we now define as abusive, or my husband I'm not happy anymore, we're not incompatible anymore, because those are flimsy excuses that now people would give themselves, you know, to step out of the beautiful union that God has created and called marriage. Yeah, good to see you, Helen Lawrence. God bless you. Bless your dear soul. So guys, this is me, Chinelo Dillimono. I'm so glad to have shared this moment with you. Share this video, please. Talk to people, let them know we're all mourning, we're all unhappy about what happened. We all stand by our sister, we're all shouting about it. No woman deserves to die in that kind of situation. No woman deserves to be abused. No woman should be abused. Every sister should look out for every other sister. Find out if a woman has issues. And you know, if you're a woman, please, don't also be amongst those that talk others down, because part of the challenge we have in the church today is also that if a woman is divorced, the others treat her as though she's got leprosy, and forget that we all have our bad moments. We all have our issues. So please, if there's a woman who's either divorced or separated and you know her, let's cover her and shield her. The Bible says that love covers a multitude of sins. Love covers, love shields, love protects, love makes sure that the next person is okay. So if you find that a sister has found herself in that kind of situation where she's divorced or she's separated or she's even having a challenge in her home, let it not be something to talk about. Let it not be something to now preach about. Let it not be something that we now gloat about, but let it be a reason to cover one another. Well, that's my piece. I love you all. It's always a pleasure sharing my thoughts and my heart with you. Thank you so much. God bless you. Auntie Ifeoma Chukwuogo, God bless you. I can see you. I can see you, Auntie Ife. I can see you. God bless you all, and have a fantastic and a wonderful day.